Right, so we've been speaking music, we've been speaking theatre, we've been speaking dance, we've been speaking about so many aspects about the National Arts Festival, but film is certainly not something we can ignore, because there's also a film festival that takes place here every single year with showcasing of various films from all over, and we can talk about Treason, The Final Days. These are just some of the films, and we'll talk about others that are going to be showcased here, as well as some of the talks that are going to be hosted by South African war correspondent Paula Steele and a representative from Russia today, that's Karina Malekyan. But to give us more detail about what to expect from the film side of things and the showcase there, we are joined by the curator, Trevor Steele-Taylor. Trevor, good to have you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So obviously, you can't have a National Arts Festival without having a film side of things as well. How popular is the film festival?
There's a fairly constant support over the years. I've been doing it now for 16 years, and I see a lot of the same faces from one year to the next, with a lot of new faces as well. It's an adjunct really to the main festival program, but we show about 50 films, so it's fairly intensive.
Yeah. Which is, 50 films of various genres, I imagine, and a different variety. What are the kind of films that you're looking at?
Well, this year there are various focuses. One is on activist women, so that's a program of 10 films which look at activist women from various countries. Helen Joseph is the centerpiece, which is a film called If This Be Treason. She was part of the Women's March 60 years ago on Pretoria. She was part of the Black Sash. So that film showed yesterday. It's shown again on Saturday in the coming week. And other women that we have in the program, there's Hannah Arendt, Sophie Scholl, who was executed by the Nazis. She was 21. Ruth First, Hildegard von Bingen, the Middle Ages nun, who was a great composer and herbalist. Angela Davis of the Black Panther movement, Gudrun Ensslin of the Baader-Meinhof movement. So that is a very, very intensive program. Then there's a big focus on Russia, with the support of the Russian embassy in Pretoria. We're screening classic Russian films, one being a silent film from 1929 called The Man with the Movie Camera, with live music by musicians from Pretoria. And then a brace of new Russian films, and then a tribute to Russia Today, which is the Russian International Television Network. They've been going for 10 years, and that's where Paula Steele is coming in for them, and Karina Malekyan.
So that's obviously also the film festival talks that you're talking about.
Yeah, Think Fest.
Okay. And is it just 2 speakers that you have this year, or do you have some more?
Well, hopefully there will be a representative from ENCA and a local journalist as well. We are waiting to hear on whether there will be an SABC representative who will enter into discussion with Karina and Paula about reporting and collaboration, essentially, between Russia Today and local networks.
Fantastic. Sounds like a very, very interesting process. But as usual, you can find this all out on the National Arts Festival website, as the app as well. It'll have all of the films that are going to be featured, as well as the times and everything else that you need to know about it. But Trevor, it sounds really interesting. Thanks so much for talking to us about it, and well done. Trevor Steele-Taylor is the curator of the film festival that takes place at the National Arts Festival, as well as the film festival talks as well, which is a big part of this too. All right, Palesa, I'm just going to ask you to quickly buy us a little bit of time there in the Joburg studio. We're going to swap our guests. We've got one more guest for you just before we say shop shop from Grahamstown. So we'll be with you in a minute or so. All right.